Racing Season 6. Week 2. Trucks at Iowa. Okay, let's get this over with. Add my hashtags. Hashtag 704 games. Hashtag. Heat. Alright, let's get this up. We're going live now, guys. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And we're up. We're live, ready to go. Welcome everyone back to PTM Racing here on the PTM Racing YouTube channel. Hi again, everyone. I am Crusader with, well, unfortunately no one is with me tonight, so I will be running solo tonight for your commentary. We are live here for the Truck Series as 13 of the best drivers around look to get into the big one coming in 3 weeks from now. Our number one qualifier here tonight in Iowa was ThePottles in that number 10 machine. So Pottles the Throttle will start on the front row with Law Dog Rich in second, following right behind him. And oh boy, we got an absolute barn burner of 13 of the best drivers here tonight. But before we get into tonight's action, let's go ahead and look at our field of drivers. So beginning in the number 99 will be Babowski. HD Nightster is running that old 51. Offie running the 52. Bo Yo going to be driving the number 19. My personal favorite of mine, you know, just saying. JR running the 88. McCarthy running that Don't Mess with Texas, number 22. Oaksy, originally named Hubby, will be running that high-powered number 3. Pottles will be running that number 10, as we said before. Rich in the number 7 as well. Sludge will be running in the number 20. Sparkalicious in the number 16. And Steelers in the number 17. 13 of the best drivers in the Rookie Series, developmental, whatever, call it whatever you will. Still, nonetheless, absolutely fast, high-paced, clean driving in this series, and it's nothing to be expected with this league as we look for a great battle here on Iowa. I can tell you from all the experience I've had racing here earlier today that a lot of these guys have definitely improved their craft and improved their racing abilities, and this to me has just been an absolute treat to race on, and I can't wait to see these guys go at it here tonight. And I know the fans at home are watching as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoy this one here tonight. It's an incredible lineup of drivers, a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of big names in there. So we're going to be interesting to see how this one goes down here tonight. As again, folks, if you'll only be hearing my voice here tonight. Unfortunately, we do not have our other commentators with us. But that's okay. We're still working along with them. So let's get on to the track and see who will be coming away with the victory here at Iowa. And now we're connecting in, live feed ready to go. We are getting online here right now. Here we go, folks. Let's get to the track and get ready for some Iowa Trucks racing. Brought to you by Dirt Track In for your mobile Android and iOS devices, and Courtesy Chrysler and Jeep dealership out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. I'll tell you what, guys. Last season, running this track, it was definitely a barn burner of absolute talent and sliders and just incredible moves made by these guys. And I think there is nothing to be unexpected here tonight except just flat out hard, clean racing. And here we go. We get the drivers all set up and ready to go. Drivers wait for the green flag. And the flagman waves it high in the air. Green flag high in the air. As Pottles the Throttle leads the pack. Law Dog Rich in that number 7, right above her. As they go side by side coming down. Number 16 of Sparkalicious going in there as well, trying to make a move. Law Dog Rich going to the high line. Sparkalicious going down low. Takes the bottom line early. And it seems to make it work. Raw Dog now on the number 7 trying to stay on that high line, going side by side with now 1 McCarthy. The 1 Don't Mess with McCarthy and the number 22. She is battling side by side trying to get to the lead early. Number 88 of JR following right behind her with the number 52 of Hoppy on the high line. All drivers remaining clean and stable as PTM the Throttle shows them the way. And look at this here, folks. Sparkalicious, the number 16 now, trying to make a battle for first, trying to get into the lead here as PTM the Throttle tries to defend him off. Side by side, coming down that back, coming down the front stretch into turn 1, going into 2. 3 wide, coming down the back straightaway. Law Dog Rich, number 7, the 22 of 1 McCarthy, and the number 52 of Hoppy battled it out there as Law Dog backed off. Now JR on the 88. He looks to make it. He makes to make a battle for himself. Oh, JR now a little bit loose off of Hoppy. Hoppy out of turn 4 into the wall. Now the number 18 of Boya will get ahead. Sludge and the number 20 making his way up, working that bottom line and trying to get it to the top. Side by side yet again as McCarthy does battle for third there, taking it away from Law Dog Rich and the number 7. Now here we go here, folks, right down to turn 3 out of 4, going down the front straightaway here. McCarthy now eyeing the front end of PTMs, trying to get around, going down low, trying to make it work from the bottom. Trying to get it side by side with the PTM the Throttle. She holds off, but McCarthy will not give her back. The run is given to McCarthy there. Side by side now, Law Dog Rich and the PTM the Throttle. They will hold it off. McCarthy takes third. The battle for fourth now. Excuse me, battle for second now, as they're going to go almost free wide here yet again. Law Dog Rich, number 7, backing off yet again as McCarthy and PTM still battling it there, trying to get around one another. The number 88 of JR as well, just trying to put on a performance and get back up to the front so he can make it into the top 4 series. Remember, there are only 2 more races after this one before the championship race. These guys are not going to have any time to make any mistakes here, folks, whatsoever. We get a good look from the back here as you see Sludge and that number 20 just absolutely trying to get it back up to the front. I was running with him earlier today, and man, I can tell you, he was looking pretty darn fast out there, strong competitor. So definitely one to keep your eye on as PTM the Throttle now getting pushed back into the back here. It looks like she might have got a little bit loose coming out of one of the turns there and will lose positioning, unfortunately. As it's Boyo and the number 19 running my 19, by the way. You better be taking good care of that truck, boy. Running it very good coming down the back stretch into turn 3 going into turn 4. The battle here with Sludge and the number 20. That looks to be a battle for 5th here, I believe. Yes, that is the battle for 5th here as they're going to go back at it, one another. High line going to Bo. Sludge takes the bottom. He's going to make it work, though, as Bo brings it back down into the high center, side by side, down to the back straightaway. These 2 drivers just going at one another, trying to make something work, trying to get it to go. It's anybody's race here as they come in quick. Slowly, side by side, yet again, coming down the back straightaway here in the front stretch. Boyo still defending off Sludge as Sludge now trying to get that bottom line to work. Oh, we got problems in the back. Turn 3 and 4, turn 1 and 2, and that looks like PTM the Throttle involved in that one, upside down and out of the wreck. Oh my goodness, folks. Heavy damage on her. Running fine though, she seems to be okay. Everything seems to be working there. The caution was not called on that one, so Sparkalicious will maintain the lead as he's got the 1 Don't Mess with Texas. McCarthy right behind him in 2nd. Meanwhile, the battle right now currently seems to be up in the 4 and 5 range as Sludge and Boyo still going at one another. One not giving an inch, and Sludge looks like he'll finally get that run around here on this very tricky short track known as Iowa. Holy smokes, folks, already just incredible racing from these guys, to say the least, to start. I wish I was down there right about now in one of those truck booths, or just trying to see like what are these going through these guys' minds right now. This has got to be some great stuff going. And the battle yet again commences as it's Boyo not letting Sludge get too far away from him. He's trying to make it stick and make it work. Boyo trying to take the bottom line now. Sludge is going to hold it there and keep it there and stick with it. But Boyo looks like he's got a little bit of a run on the back straightaway here. Here comes the number 19 of It's Boyo, going to try to pull the slider from the bottom. down low, coming out of 3, into 4. It's Boyo. Looks like he's going to get that run off the number 20 of Sludge. Big move there by Boyo to try to get around him there, and it looks like it's going to work as he makes it stick still as Sludge in up high, still trying to battle his way back out of this. He's just trying to stay out of trouble, I would say, right now, as we just get past lap 14 of 29 in stage 1. There are 29 laps in stage 1 and stage 2, and there are going to be 40 laps in the final stage. So early on, yeah, that's all right. Please, yeah, could you please jump out, sir? Thank you. I apologize for that, folks. That was some broadcasting gremlins we dealt with before. It's not like we haven't dealt with them before. Anyway, back to the race. So now back on the track here. Look at this here. A battle in the back. Oaksy, aka Hubby, and that number 3 battling it out with number 99 of Babuski. Babuski and the number 3 of Oaksy. Really trying to give it around. I'm not sure where they're at currently in position wise. Good look here. It looks like they may be, I would say, around 7th or 8th right now, as Bobuski and the number 99 trying to hold off Oaksy. Not going to get him in that turn 3 and 4. Whoa! And a little bit of a bump there from Are You My Dad to Bobuski. I'm not sure if that was roughing his racing or Bobuski came down and Are You My Dad had nowhere to go, but a big bump there from Are You My Dad. My goodness, folks, that's definitely short track racing there for you. You will see a lot of bumping and rubbing because these guys will go at one another and they will not hesitate to take one another on. This track is so easy to do that on. It will happen. So expect some good moves, some hard moves, but a lot of clean racing nonetheless. As right now the battle seems to come up to 3rd as Law Dog Rich, that number 7 trying to hold off Sludge and number 20, and it's Boyo in the number 19 trying to get around one another. Each of them just going back and forth with one another right now as Sludge makes the move around Boyo and Law Dog Rich, and he will commence, looks like 3rd place, I believe, out of that. And look at this, the battle up front here. Sparkalicious has lost the lead from the one Don't Mess with Texas McCarthy. In the number 22, Sparkalicious might have gotten a little loose in the back there and lost momentum. It is so easy to do here on Iowa. You can either have a short run or a long run setup, and McCarthy just made it work when she needed to most and got around Sparkalicious in that number 16. My goodness, folks. So now one McCarthy will take the lead here. Let's get an onboard view of Steelers here. See where he's hitting his lines at and see what these guys are doing. So the biggest thing with this track, folks, that a lot of drivers have told me, and I've even experienced myself, is that when you're running this track, you really have 2 lines, and that's the high line or the low line. The high line is right about where you see Are You My Dad in the number 54 and Oaksy in the number 3 battling it out, and then the bottom line is where you see Babuski in the number 99 and 17 trying to hit consistently. The only thing is, though, is that really no line seems to have an advantage over one another. There is no true line to hit. The thing is, this track, since it is a short track, it's all about timing. It's all about hitting your marks. When to downshift, when to upshift, when to get back on the throttle, when to brake. That's the biggest key to winning here. And the thing is that if you're not careful with that, you will get loose and you will lose a lot of momentum off of that. So the biggest thing here is just hit your marks and find the line. And right now, you see Sludge, he's made a big move. I think he started back in 10th. He's actually made it all the way up to 3rd just in the first stage. So we're coming down to the last laps of stage 1 here, folks. Only 23 of 29 laps in, 7 to go here. It's Boyo and Sludge were battling it out there for quite a while, but now it seems like that seems to have dissipated off. We get a good look at number 54 of Are You My Dad. He is right now running it into the ground, up on the high side, trying to get it to stick. Looks like he's going to try and challenge Oaksy in the number 3 here. Going down low in turn 1, up high now. Oaksy takes the bottom. Are You My Dad takes the high line, and it looks like Oaksy's going to get a better run from the bottom. So now Are You My Dad will try to battle it out on the low line yet again. Coming down low. Side by side, number 3 of Oaksy and Are You My Dad. holding off one another. Looks like OC yet again will get another good run off of that, but my dad not quite leaving it there just yet. Down low, holds it up. Whoa! My dad a little bit loose there, got off from the bottom down to the top. Got right into Oaksy, and the number 3 manages to hold off, though. Good save on Oaksy's end, but my dad's got to have to tighten that truck up just a little bit so it doesn't get so loose, because that was a big little bump there that he gave number 3. Now, granted, Rubbin is racing, but there's a difference between holding the line and giving a little push and then just going straight down and back up. So let's hope he can get that figured out for the next 2 stages here, as the battle right now looks for, I believe that is 5th place right now, as Steelers number 17. Whoa, my dad a little bit loose out of turn 2, as Oaksy will get away from him there. Steelers number 17 now trying to get back up into this, as Babuski and that number 99 as well, trying to get into the top 5 and maybe a chance at a finish here. As we're coming down, that is the end of stage 1. Or excuse me, that is not the end of stage 1. I just lost feed on my game here. I did not know what happened. Hold on one sec here, folks. We're gonna get that back up and running and go from there. All right, we're back up and running here, and yeah, right now it's actually lap 27 to 29 here. Well, actually, excuse me, we're going to be coming up on lap 20. We're out on lap 28 right now, as Sparkalicious number 16 will make it up front. I'm not sure what happened. Wait. Well, I'm getting word here, folks. McCarthy has blown an engine. The leader has blown an engine on Iowa. Oh my goodness, folks. That is an absolute heartbreak for her. That is something you just do not expect from her, of all things, on this track. She ran so well here last season, and now she just catches a huge bad break on this night, and she needed to keep a good distance from everybody in the top 4. That's going to make things much more difficult for her in the next race as we go to Watkins Glen next week. My goodness, folks, that is an absolute tough break for the one to mess with Texas McCarthy. It's a tough break for her. And now stage 1 has indeed come to an end here, folks. To those in the comments section, I'll check you out here in just a moment, kind of going back and forth between our streams here. Thanks again, Rod, for tuning in tonight with us, and all the other five folks that are tuning in so far. We appreciate your support and love everything you guys give to us. We can't do this without you. It's an absolute pleasure to do this with you guys here, as we get our drivers all re-racked and restacked. Get them all figured out. They're going to tighten up their trucks, tighten the belts. I think that's what Dirt always told me, so I'm going to go with what he said. And they're going to start figuring out how to get those pedals a little harder down in the metal, because they're going to need to get a good run in here on stage 2. So here it is right now. Sparkalicious number 16 will do battle with its Boyo and the number 19. And the green flag high in the air one more time in stage 2. Here we go. Sparkalicious will go to the bottom line early. It's Boyo trying to hold off the top, as you see Sludge and the number 20 trying to get around them as well. Here they come down the back straightaway here. Everybody kind of figuring out their line, figuring out their spot. Anyone's guess where they want to go. Here comes Sludge and number 20. He went down low trying to make it work. Can it get it to stick? It's Boyo. Oh, it's in 19 and held off a little bit, but went right in the wall out of turn 4. We got problems in the straightaway there. It's Steelers, the number 17, loose off the exit. And the number 20 is Sludge. Slider down the bottom, makes it work, and gets around Sparkalicious. Sludge now has the lead with 3 drivers looking in his rear view mirror trying to catch up to him. The number 7 of Law Dog Rich trying to catch up there as well. The number 16 of Sparkalicious trying to get back that lead he just so lost. And it's Boyo and that number 19 Monster Energy Beast trying to get it around and try to get his first career win in PTM. What a way he would do it if he can win on this track. One of the toughest tracks we run all season long. But he's got company in the number 3 of Oaksy, a.k.a. Hubby, battling him out there as they come down the front straightaway here. Oaksy's going to take the bottom line from him. Looks like Boyo's going to go to the high line. Oaksy trying to pull maybe a slider up top. Not going to get the run. PTM's the throttle now in the number 10. She is working her way up into there. The battle commences on for 4th place here as PTM's the throttle tries to overtake number 3 of Oaksy and the number 19 of It's Boyo. trying to find a way around side by side down the front straightaway. Here we go yet again. Pottles makes the move, goes down low. Can she get the run off exit? The number 3 has a little bit of a better run there coming down, and he's going to maintain that. It's Boyo and the number 19 going to give her a little push. Yet again, coming down the straightaway. Here we go. 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Look at that. Boyo trying to pull the slider. Couldn't quite get it to grip. Right into the wall there. Number 10 bottles the throttle. Down low in the front stretch. Holds off. Here comes OT in the number 3. Down low of her. Trying to make the slider work coming off exit. And it's going to be a battle to the turn 3. Here they come out of turn 3 going into 4. Still anyone's race there as they come down the front straightaway here. Get a good look at just how hard these drivers are having to maintain line and maintain position. It is so easy and so difficult to make a mistake, and it's been well known on Iowa as everyone knows it. It's the world's fastest short track. This track will definitely get you and eat you alive if you're not careful. That's why you have to hit your marks and make every move count. It's so easy to make a little bobble or a little mistake there. You see Oaksy in number 3 bobbles up on the bottle, but it's Boyo couldn't quite get it to work off the top, so he will have to push back a little bit. Get a good look. Already my dad a little bit loose there still. He hasn't quite gotten it tightened up. No surprise there. This track is easy to lose it on, and it's not easy to figure out how to tighten it back up without getting too tight. It's a track you really have to maintain a long run or a short run setup. And we get a good look at the number 51 here of HD Neinster, another driver that last season was starting to make a bit of a name for himself in the later half. But right now he's got battle with the number 52 of Hockey as the battle rages on for, I believe, 8th in the back there, 8th or 9th. So HD Neinster will do battle with Hockey in number 52. Coming down the front straightaway there, Hockey trying to find a way around number 51 of HD Neinster. Thinking maybe I'll take that bottom line or maybe I'll take the high line. Well, I'm on the bottom line there. HD, you can fight me there. Here they come down the back straightaway here. Still HD Neinster maintaining the line, but Hockey having a little bit more of a run, trying to get it to push up. Not quite enough momentum though. They will not get into the slider territory just yet. And right here, battle for third still as Oaksy in the number 3 doing battle with Pottles of Throttle and that number 10 machine. And now here comes, it's Boyo and the Monster Energy Beast. Bo trying to put that beast into the top half, trying to make a run for that later half of the season for the playoffs picture. They will be going to Watkins Glen next week, and I can tell you, some of these guys said it to me earlier today. They do not like running that track. So that will definitely be interesting to see how they can run around with this track and maintain points position, as right now Sludge has all but left the pack, and Sparkalicious number 16 is the only one to catch up to him and still try to give him a run for first here. But my question is, Sparkalicious and Sludge, are they setting up a short run or do they have a long run setup? Because if you have one or the other, it will either do you good now or do you bad later. But if you have a long run for those two right now, that'll definitely be something to help them out. As Sparkalicious now trying to make the bottom line work and get around the number 20 of Sludge. Not quite able to get it just yet. See right there, folks, that's the line you really want to hit your mark on. You want to try to get close to that yellow line as possible after coming out of the straightaway. Bring it back down, then bring it back up, almost in a diamond formation. That's the best way to run this track for the bottom line. As for the high line, it's basically you just want to try to run it as tight to the outside as possible, but making sure that when you need to get back on the gas, you do not over or under. Over or under means you under brake it, or you under throttle it. Over means you overdid it coming out, which will either set your exit up or you'll mess up your entry. And right now, Sludge is doing just that on the high line, really getting a good run from the high line and making it push, hitting his marks left and right. Sparkalicious trying to get around that. Unfortunately, not able to quite get there just yet. As the battle rages on here, number 52, Hockey, made a pass around, now trying to take on the number 99 of Babushki. HD Neinster falling back behind the pack here a little bit. Still the battle also up in the other area here, as Sludge will now be trying to make a move around JR in the 88 for a lap car. A little bit of a bump there from JR on the wall there, manages to save it and not get into Sludge. Sparkalicious is trying to ward him off. The flagman up in the stands saying, 88, you are not in the right to race. Get up high or get out of the way so you can let these two go at it. Nonetheless, so far in the back of the pack still, the battle for third rages on as the number 19 of It's Boyo trying to make it around the number 10 of Pottles, the Throttle, not quite able to get it to stick there. And as they will come into the front straightaway here, we have 10 laps remaining of stage 2 here. Incredible battles, to say the least, so far, and these guys just going back and forth. One another. Now the number 3 of Oaksy. Oaksy has gotten loose off of turn 1 out of 2. I'm not sure what happened there, but he got extremely loose coming into the exit of 2 and manages to save it, not taking anybody with him. Good driving on Mr. Oaksy in the number 3, but my goodness, folks, that already just looked like he's just having troubles. And he is in the top 4 running right now, as was McCarthy, but unfortunately she has blown an engine, so she is currently out of it at this point. As the battle right now still for third between Pottles, the Throttle, and It's Boyo. These two just going back at it as It's Boyo actually made the move around number 10 of Pottles, the Throttle. Great driving from Boyo, trying to get back into this. He told me earlier today that, man, I've been wanting to get into the top 4. I want to get into this playoff picture. I would love nothing more than to be able to get a chance at Kentucky to win my first season championship, and what a way we do it last season. And I put that number 19 into the season championship at Homestead. You know, despite being an incredible race there, man, these guys are just absolute tough competitors to deal with and to battle with. As Pottles, the Throttle getting a little bit loose there off the 1. That's the thing, though. As I said earlier, folks, you can't over or under this track, and she overdid the turn. She missed her mark, and it just bit her really quick. That's why you have to be careful, and you have to know your lines here. And oh, as I say that, she gets loose out of turn 4 and into the wall, taking a few drivers out. Oh, my goodness, folks. Tough break for Pottles, the Throttle, as unfortunately she will lose that line. And Sparkalicious now has a battle here with number 7 of Law Dog Rich side by side coming out. Sparkalicious, I think he is one short run right now because he is getting more and more loose by the minute, it seems. And Law Dog Rich and that number 7 has made the pass and now is looking to get up in the higher area and higher area to get a win in here. So already, my goodness, folks, just battles all over the place. But right now, a lot of drivers getting loose or unfortunately just absolutely losing their spot because of a bad wreck or a bad move on their end. As we reach lap 23 of 27 here, coming on to lap 24 now. It's hard to tell who really has an advantage at this point because these guys they're all over the place and they're all in it to win it. But right now, I'd say if anybody has an advantage, is this guy right here, number 20, Sludge. He looks to take home the stage win here as trying to keep off the Law Dog Rich and that number 7. The number 7, he's actually making time up here, folks. He's hitting his marks and getting closer up there. Sludge, if you don't hit your mark one time, man, that's all it takes to lose it. And Law Dog Rich a little bit loose out of exit on turn 2. Manages to save it, though, but I don't know how much time he lost off that. That could have been big problems for Law Dog. And right now, folks, in the booth, just joining me, just climbed all the way up here at the Iowa Speedway here. The 1, don't mess with Texas McCarthy. McCarthy, it sucks to see you blowing the motor there. You were in the battle for the top 4. What was going through your mind when that truck blew?
I mean, honestly, there was no signs of it overheating or anything like that. So crew's gonna take a look at it and see what malfunctioned. Really hurts to blow an engine like that leak. Had a good long run truck. But you know, that's racing. We'll move on to next week and just dig a little harder.
Absolutely, indeed. Well, I don't mean to cut you off here, but right now we actually have a little bit of a battle for the final point here in stage 2, excuse me, as Law Dog Rich is going to do battle with Sludge. Down low, Rich is going to make the slider. He pulls it up. Down the back straightaway, front straightaway now. Sludge, oh, he gets a little bit into Rich, but manages to hold off, and Sludge will take home the stage 2 point. Big victory for Sludge there, and Law Dog Rich gave it everything he had to take that from him. Wow.
Yeah, Sludge had a really good truck, Crusader, in practice earlier, so I mean, I think tonight might be his night.
I think it will be. I think it will be too, man. He's definitely been a strong competitor, but I've always said this, and I'll say it again. I'd never pick favorites, and I never pick any driver to win because there are too many things that can go, and there's too many things that can happen in each series and each race. And to me, Sludge is looking strong early, but I think Law Dog just proved something there. He can outrun him if he has time. He can hit his marks and consistently get back up there with them. So I think it could be anybody's race, determining on how this final stage goes. Because the thing is, they're going to have to pit in the later half of this race unless there's a caution. So if it was you out there and you were still being able to race, what would be going through your mind when you need to pit? Like, how many laps did you say you need to go in before it's time to pit?
In the final stage, I mean, it just really depends on the race. I think this group of guys was really good. I think we were close enough on field where we could pit at the end of the stage and be good to go. I think it was really, really close, but I think we could have done it. So I think that some guys might try and push that issue.
I think they will indeed. We'll see how it goes here. But McCarthy, thanks for joining me up here in the booth for just a little bit. It really does hurt to see that you blew the motor, and hopefully your team get that all figured out and ready back up for Watkins Glen next week, as that'll be definitely a battle here. And speaking of battles right here, right now, look at this 3 wide coming out at 4:51. If HD Knightser got a little bit loose, and he will go back in the pack. But here comes the number 7 of Law Dog Rich trying to give a battle to ThePottles of Throttle. The number 88 of JR now. He's pushing his name in there. 3 wide yet again. 99 of Babuski. The number 17 of Steelers now trying to get his way in there. Holy smokes, in the back. These guys just giving it one heck of a run here. And Pottles of Throttle, unfortunately, into the wall in turn 4, will lose a lot of momentum as she will get pushed back in the back. And Sparkalich, number 16, he's still in this as well. He's still currently battling 4th right now with It's Boyo and number 52 of Hoffy right in front of him. But he's got the number 3 of Oaksy as well going out with him. I could say right now, I hope you can still see this right now, McCarthy. These guys are just giving a heck of a run here.
Oh yeah, we're definitely watching. Really good battle here from about looks like 2nd, 3rd on back. It's definitely going to be close. I wonder how many of these guys are going to try and push the issue and make it to that checker flag without pitting.
If they're going to push it, they're going to have to be very careful, because the thing is that if you overdo those tires, they do burn up on you after a while, and it is possible to make the gas last on here, but at the same time, then you have that worry of someone like Sludge, number 20, catching up to you and then lapping you all of a sudden. So definitely, I would say, strategy-wise, it's going to play a big key factor, but I think in all honesty that these guys are going to figure it out and they'll get something done. That's the number 52 of Hoffy now trying to do war with number 19 of It's Bolio, running that Monster Energy beast. Oh, Oaksy, the number 3, has spun out in turn 4. Big problems for number 3 of Oaksy.
Oh man, he was having such a good night too, guys.
Follows the Throttle, actually pitted there and back on the track now, got around Oaksy, number 3, no damage done to her, but caution was not called out there, so that unfortunately will push him in the back. Tough break for him. Didn't I tell you, McCarthy, to go give that flagman his binoculars this time? We're in Iowa, all things. This is my home state. How the hell did they forget to do that?
I mean, I could have sworn I handed them to him. Now, what he did with them after that, I have no idea.
Probably ignored me as usual and probably thought, nah, I don't need them. It's a short track. Well, guess what, smart one? It's a short track, but there's still things are gonna happen around here. It's the fastest short track in the United States. Thank you very much.
It's a fun track too. I mean, it's one of these tracks where the pace and the aggressive will definitely pay off, and the easy and hard off will definitely pay off in the long run as well.
Absolutely, indeed. And I was saying earlier as well to our fans and our viewers that this track, like, if you can find a way to hit your marks and hit your lines, it really can have some incredible racing, good moments in there sprinkled in. But the thing is you have to hit your marks, because you can't over or under the track. If you overdo the turn, you're gonna get tied off entry and then losing on exit. Or if you underdo it, you're gonna get a good entry but a horrible exit, because that truck is gonna swing up on you a little bit or tighten down too much, and that is the biggest key factor that you have to be careful with on this track.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, like you said, hitting your marks is going to be a very big key in this thing. I know when I was chasing down old Spark there for the lead, it was he was getting loose, but it was more of just, hitting the marks and who has a long run setup, who has a short run setup, who has a quote unquote mid run setup.
I do believe I said earlier too that I felt like he had a short run setup. Do you think he had more of a short run setup on that one, or you think it was just bad moves on his end?
No, Spark is a very good driver. I don't think he did bad moves. I think he does have his short run truck. With about 10 to go in that stage, he did 10 to fade, and I did get word from my spotter that he was getting loose off the corner, so he was having to feather a lot more than I was. So it was a big game changer as far as that goes.
Speaking of loose, the 88 of JR got a little bit loose on a turn 4, lost position, and will not maintain position there, so he will fall back into 5th place as HD Neister in the number 51. He is starting to push it up there, and we said it earlier, folks. He has been trying to get back into this series and try to really make a name for himself, because last season he was really pushing it, and I know he was giving you and me a few laps here or there, to say the least.
It's just came back there at the last road course we ran last season. So he's definitely going to be a contender for the top 4.
Absolutely, indeed. And I hope to see you in there as well. I mean, last season you were giving me and old hubby quite the battle there for a while. It was a tremendous showing at Road America, but I can't wait to see how y'all can deal with Watkins Glen of all things.
Yeah, Watkins Glen's going to be a good track. Got a couple tricks up our sleeves, and I'm sure everybody else does as well. I mean, I've heard from everybody else that they're very excited to get to Watkins Glen. I'm okay. I'm ready, but I'm not as excited as some of these guys. So we definitely got a bigger hole to climb out of than most of these guys now. But
well, you didn't get a
we're
win
fully
in
capable.
though, so yeah, you got one win in though, and you can probably get another one in. I'd say Watkins Glen would definitely be a good one, but nonetheless, you definitely got a lot of time. I wouldn't say you have a lot of time, but you have a lot of chances left to get in there and really make an impact. And to me, anyway, there's really no one besides Sludge so far that right now is currently out leading everybody and just running away from the entire pack. If you want to see how far he is, he's literally probably a good 2 seconds away from 2nd place with Sparkalicious, and it's Boyo. But I mean, I think that anything, I think you can honestly find a pretty good line at Watkins Glen, and then I don't remember what our other track is, Texas. I think honestly, that was the one you picked, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And so far, everyone has not been too happy with the fact that they found out that I picked that track. But Texas is a little tough to tame, kind of like Darlington. Very sentimental, very line appropriate, hit your mark, kind of like this Iowa track, and that's one thing I love about Iowa and I love about Texas.
It's really just about maintaining line, maintaining position, and knowing when to get off the throttle, and just there's a lot of other key factors that go in. But right now, the fact that you've seen these guys go side by side, back and forth, pulling sliders on one another, and then just going 3 wide out of turns and then into the back straightaway or front straightaway, that should tell you a lot right there of just the caliber of maneuvers and drivers that are dealing with this and going at it right now, which in my opinion says something about this league compared to others, if you would say so.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, even for having new drivers, I mean, it just goes to show that we can bring in new drivers here to PTM, and they're just as high up there in their form of racing and their caliber as we are. So it's definitely good to have new faces in here, and good to have good caliber drivers.
Absolutely, indeed. You see Piles at throttle, making a bit of a move off the JR there. JR actually going into the pits. Looks like he has decided to pit there instead of waiting it out for a little bit later on, as we are currently on lap 21. 21 laps remaining, not lap 21. What am I talking about? Anyway, 21 laps remaining here, and as you get a good look at some of these other drivers, Law Dog Race number 7, you had a great run on the front on that last end there, stage 2. I gotta believe you told me earlier, some of these guys are gonna try to back off and let it, try to conserve gas. I think Rich right now is actually doing that. He is just falling back further and further as Steelers number 17 and number 99, Big Babooski. They've now made it up there as Sparkalicious as well, trying to catch up to Sludge, and this Boyo still falling right behind in 3rd. it's hard to say like who has an advantage and who's making the right moves, because the thing is, this track will turn on you if you allow it to, and it's so easy to allow it to do to.
It definitely is. I mean, one missed corner, one missed mark, one missed anything, and it will literally bite you in the rear end so hard. You can go from, you know, first to fifth in a matter of a lap. I think too maybe is maybe Rich might be looking at what everybody else is doing. If everybody else is pitting, it may force his hand to pit. If you're the only one out there on old tires and everybody else has got fresh new rubber, you're pretty much a sitting duck.
And there's one thing I've learned here in Iowa is you don't want to be a sitting duck, because we have 22 calibers ready to fire when necessary.
Exactly.
All jokes aside here, JR right now trying to get back out of the pack here. He's got lap down from Sparkalicious and Sludge number 20. I think right now JR might be honestly a contender if he can get this to stick out just a little longer, because right now he is trying to pull a long run end to it. But the thing is, Sludge and Sparkalicious are just absolutely getting farther and farther away, as it's Boyo is actually decided to pit, so he will be in the pits now trying to get fresh tires and some fresh gas, and maybe he's trying to make something work out of this.
Yeah, I mean, you and I both know how much fresh rubber pays off here. I personally would maybe split the stage in half and see how it goes, just because fresh tires means so much to this track.
It really does indeed, and actually right now, speaking of fresh tires and fresh moves, right now the number 9 the big Babowski, he has made a move on HD Nightster on the from the high line to the bottom, pulled the slider and made it stick. Actually got around him, so now a battle commences. I believe this is for fourth place right now. Babowski, new driver of the series, he is starting to finally come into his rhythm and get into his groove. He's starting to give it something here. Oh, they're going to go side by side back into the pits. They're both deciding to pit at the same time and almost spun each other out there. That could have been big problems. Good save on both drivers there. That is some talented moving right there.
That's definitely some good give and take right there between those guys. You got to kind of wonder, too, if they had some spot or miscommunication between them, too.
I mean, if I was a spotter right now, I'd be going to find those binoculars that I gave old Flagman over there, because I'd be questioning a lot of things after that one. That was almost a dire situation there, but thankfully made it stick and made it work. As JR is still currently trying to get back up there, he has actually caught up a little bit to Sludge, number 20. Fresh tires seem to be really doing him a number there. That you gotta wonder, does that get into the mindset of old Sludge there in the number 20, as he is now caught up to the 52 Hockey, who has recently pitted, so he's starting to lap people. But my question is, how long will he go on those tires? Because if he overdoes it, that could honestly be a big problem, but he seems to be making that long run factor work.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how the truck's handling, you can make it work. I mean, you really can. Now, you're not going to be near as fast as the guys with the fresh rubber, but you can make it work. You just got to hope that second place is not hitting his marks every lap, so you got some error, some error in there. It's going to be close. I really think it's going to be close for him.
And right now, speaking of no room for error, Sparkalicious is number 16. He looks like he's trying to actually slow down just a little bit, not drive as hard. It looks like he's trying to conserve gas as well. But if I was him right now, I would try to actually catch up a little bit to Sludge, because Sludge has maintained such a lead that when he goes into pits, that's going to be a key difference there coming out. Because one thing I'll say with Sparkalicious is he's got a good short run setup, but I'm not sure how he will be when there's only 10 laps remaining out here in the final stage here. So nonetheless, Sludge holds on to the lead. He is actually now in the pits, just saying that right now here, folks. So I'm not sure if Sparkalicious has pitted already or if he hasn't, as the number 99 has not left the pitting there. I'm wondering if he has blown a motor.
It looks like he has. Last time we checked in on over there, he's still sitting over there. I never saw the hood go up, but I mean, maybe it was a similar problem.
It might have been, but unfortunately right now he has pitted, but he did not come out of the pits. So looked like when he came out from HD Nightster, unfortunately he blew the motor. So unfortunately, a good showing from him and a good run, unfortunately, is going to cost him big time here. He will not get into that upper half, so a tough break for him here. As right now, Sludge and the number 20 coming out of the pit road has maintained the lead with 8 to go. So now the biggest thing is, can he hold off just a little longer and keep that big lead in front of him, because he's on fresh tires right now. And I think the closest one in second is, I believe it's Boyo in the number 19.
Wow, that's your old truck, Crusader. So I mean, maybe him swapping teams did it. The whole silly season helped pay off for him. It's a good showing for him.
I guess so, but I told Boyo earlier, I said, you better be taking good care of my monster beast over there, because I ran that thing as hard as I could, so you better put it in the ground and run it good. As Sparkalicious, number 16 now, is actually going to do battle with Boyo in the number 19. So it looks to be a battle for second here. Sparkalicious trying to get the bottom line to stick, and looking like he's going to get a bit of a run there. It's Boyo. Looks like he's going to off to the high line. Here comes the number 16. That's Sparkalicious with about 7 to go here. Oh, we got problems here, and ThePottles is loose on the front straightaway here. She has fallen victim to the turn of 4, and unfortunately got really loose, but maintaining the line there. She will not cause the caution, and we are down to the last 4 laps here. But the battle right now is up for second place as Sparkalicious, number 16, pulls the slider from the high to the bottom, gets around the number 19 of its Boyo. Big move for Sparkalicious, and a big time to make it when he needed it most.
Yeah, definitely good showing from Spark, and a big move coming on his part for the last 5 to go now. So, if he had a little bit more time, I think he might have been able to let down Sludge, but maybe just unfortunately time has run out for him.
I think it has indeed, and it looks like Sludge coming down the last 2 laps here. Actually, I'm believing that is what the lap count is, judging by our streams here. Unfortunately, we're not able to quite tell, because some drivers have fallen back in the pack, and we have a camera on them, so that's how our lap count is done. If I was them, I'd tell 704 Games to fix that. But nonetheless, here, Sludge continuing to dominate, and it looks like as long as nothing else happens, he's going to win it out here tonight at Iowa. And the fact is, like, this ain't just my home track. This is actually his home track, too. He is an Iowa boy.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sludge also is an Iowa boy. We got a few other Iowa boys here. You might remember Dial. He is also an Iowa boy. You got me, of course, and then you got Sludge. So actually, he has now made the 3 Musketeers. And now it looks like coming out of turn 4, it is all Sludge to the end here. And well, I guess that was not quite the finish. So I jumped the gun a little soon there.
It's alright, it happens.
Everybody's spread out so far, man. I can't tell who's who now. Oh, no, that was the end. Sludge has won the race. So here. So Sludge was coming out the winner. Yep.
Sludge, Spark, and Boyo, top 3. Look at them.
Sludge coming out the victor here. Almost a 5-second gap. Think about that for a second on a short track. Sparkalicious finishing second. It's Boyo in third. Number 4th place. I couldn't quite read everything there.
Hoppy.
All right,
yes,
so Hoppy coming out 4th. Number 5th place, we go to JR. A good showing from Steelers coming out 6th. And then 7th, we'll go to HD Nightster. Oaksy in the number 3 going 8th. Law Dog Rich, unfortunately, fallen victim to the early gremlins of the final stage. And Are You My Dad rounding out the top 10 here tonight at Iowa. Ooh,
definitely
man.
a good showing for some of these guys. I mean, you got Steelers just outside the top 5, top 10 showing for him. Good showing.
Good showing by him. Good showing by everybody else. And man, oh man, that's crazy to think that some of these guys, they have not ran with us ever until this season. Then all of a sudden they just came out with a big one there. So thank you again to Rod tuning in, PBR as well. Thanks for joining in with us. Dylan, thank you as well. Couldn't quite read all your comments tonight here, guys. We unfortunately were a little bit busy in the booth here, so we had to kind of work our way in there. We're going to give it a little bit of a pause break here, and we're going to actually go and join Sludge on the track to see him do a burnout. And actually, he got the fastest lap as well.
Nice.
Big victory for Sludge there.